Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, French President Francois Hollande says Paris is willing to forego its initiative to convene an international peace conference to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict if direct negotiations between the two sides were renewed. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani accuses the United States and Israel, among other countries in the region, of thwarting the implementation of its nuclear agreement with world powers, an accord hailed by Secretary Kerry as making the world a safer place. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan accuses the European Union of not upholding its side regarding an EU-Turkey agreement on migration and refugees. French President Francois Hollande said last night that his country might forego its initiative to convene an international peace conference at the end of the year to resolve the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians if direct negotiations between the two sides were renewed. Hollande noted, however, that there were no concrete signs of any alternatives to the French peace initiative as of yet. Also, in response to comments made by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu earlier this week, the French president stressed that there was an absolute difference between the NGO law passed by the Israeli Knesset and the French government's plan to prohibit mosques in France from receiving foreign financing and to require them to be transparent by revealing the sources of their funding. He did not go into details on the matter. The IDF has released statistics on the number of attacks by Palestinians against Israelis during the month of July, showing a decrease relative to previous months. The wave of violence plagued Israel since October of last year, with near-daily Palestinian car ramming, stabbing, and shooting attacks against civilians that claimed the lives of 33 Israelis and 2 American tourists visiting the Jewish state. As noted by the IDF Statistics, the number of attacks has significantly diminished, yet sporadic attacks persist. A former Israeli security services official attributed the failure to completely eradicate the spillover of violence from Palestinian territories into Israeli neighborhoods on the Israeli leadership's indecisiveness on the matter of proceeding with a coherent policy, as well as the Palestinian leadership's unwillingness to extinguish the flames of hate towards Israelis and Jews. On the other hand, a Palestinian security official told TV7 that the main reason for the attacks was Israel's unwillingness to sincerely tackle the decades-old conflict between the two sides and its ongoing policy of construction on the lands the Palestinians won for their future state. The Palestinian official also noted that the attackers, whom he defined as martyrs, are mostly young Palestinians without hope that have nothing to lose and are frustrated with the ongoing situation. Now to another matter. The president of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Hassan Rouhani, accused the United States and Israel, as well as other Sunni Muslim countries in the region, of thwarting the implementation of the nuclear agreement reached last year between Tehran and the P5+1, the United States, Russia, China, France, Britain plus Germany, an agreement meant to limit Iran's nuclear program that effectively challenges their ability from producing a nuclear weapon to more than 1 year from the point of a decision, if they would choose to do so, in exchange for lifting international sanctions from the Islamic Republic's long-time crippled economy. Speaking on Iranian state television, the Islamic Republic's head of state accused the world powers who co-signed the agreement of not fulfilling their commitments, which he warned was harming Iran's economic growth. Rouhani complained that Iran was not yet able to access its foreign assets, yet noted that the Islamic Republic was able to export more oil and access the international banking system. In response to the allegations, U.S. State Department spokesman John Kirby said that the United States has assessed that Iran was indeed meeting its obligations under the nuclear agreement, while asserting that contrary to the stated allegations by the Iranian president, Washington was meeting its obligations. Kirby stressed that Washington would continue to abide by its commitments under the agreement, which he described as having a stabilizing effect on the world. The statement by Kirby is aligned with an earlier statement by U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, who last month in a press conference marking a year to the nuclear deal with the Islamic Republic, praised the accord, stressing it has made the world safer and lived up to its expectations.
1 year ago today, China, Russia, Germany, France, Great Britain, the United States, known as the P5+1, succeeded after several years of intensive negotiations in securing an agreement with Iran in order to restrain Iran's nuclear program in a way that guaranteed to the world that Iran would not be pursuing a nuclear weapon. From that moment, 19,000 centrifuges have been put under IAEA scrutiny and storage. The Iraq plutonium reactor, the core of that reactor has been completely dismantled and destroyed. So as of today, 1 year later, a program that so many people said will not work, a program that people said is absolutely doomed to see cheating and be broken and will make the world more dangerous, has in fact made the world safer, lived up to its expectations, and thus far produced an ability to be able to create a peaceful nuclear program with Iran living up to its part of this bargain and obligation. That is very significant.
Now to Turkey, where President Recep Tayyip Erdogan announced he will advance several measures to assure the crackdown on followers of a US-based cleric who was blamed for the failed coup attempt last month. In a speech in his palace in Ankara, Erdogan questioned the strategic partnership Turkey has with the United States because of Washington's refusal to extradite the Turkish cleric Fethullah Gulen, who was blamed for the coup attempt that claimed the lives of some 230 Turkish citizens and injured many others.
Biz nasıl bir stratejik ortağız ki ben sizden ülkem adına milli güvenlik strateji belgesi içerisine girmiş böyle birisini istiyorum. Siz hala onu ülkenizde saklamaya, barındırmaya devam ediyorsunuz.
Erdogan also took the opportunity to accuse the European Union of not upholding its side regarding an EU-Turkey agreement on migration, saying that promised funds and visa-free travel for Turks in the EU had not been delivered. The agreement was instrumental in stemming the flow of people heading from Turkey to the nearby Greek islands. Under the deal, migrants and refugees arriving on Greek islands from March 20 on faced deportation back to Turkey. Among incentives offered in return, Turkey would receive funding to help it care for refugees it is hosting, while its citizens would also be granted visa-free travel in the European Union. But plans to loosen visa rules in particular have run into trouble, as the EU demands that Turkey fulfill a list of criteria first, including aligning the Muslim nation with some of the core liberal values of the European Union, demands Turkey vehemently rejects. Thank you for watching us. You can also watch us at TV7israelnews.com or TV7.fi. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@tv7.fi. For more updates from Israel and the region, please join our Facebook page at TV7 Israel News. Praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Jonathan Hessen of Erev Tov, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.